Oh, wow, 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 wow. Hello, everyone. My name is Solomon Chimaechi Okeke, and this is the Global Leaders Conference. I am so super excited being here. Today is the first day of 3 days, and I am sure that what you're going to learn in these 3 days will transform your life. So, um, by way of starting, I want to encourage you not to miss the 3 days. All right, my name is Solomon Chimaechi Okeke. Once more, I want to say special appreciation and special thank you to my host, Mr. Obichuku. He's a friend that I've had for maybe 1 or 2 years now, and I have seen the quality, the content, the capacity that he has and that he exudes. He's a great guy, and wherever you are, I want you to put a round of applause. Put your hands together, celebrating him. Bringing people from different parts of the world, gathering a lot of people to be a part of this. Is not moi moi. It's not beans. I tell you from the depth of my heart, it's not beans because I've been in, you know, this for 8, 9 years now, and I know what it takes. I know what it takes to put up a virtual. I mean, some people will say, is it not as small as a virtual meeting? You gather people. No, 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 it's not small. It's something huge. Sometimes virtual meetings are even, apart from the finances, virtual meetings are sometimes more hectic than other meetings. My name is Solomon. This is the third time I'm saying it. Solomon Chimaechi Okeke. And I am glad to be here. All right, I'm going to just be sharing just a few things that will help all of us. Every leader who is watching me, just a few things. I wouldn't want to waste your time. This is me doing the opening ceremony, all right? This is me of doing the opening ceremony. And of course, tomorrow and next we have a lot of things. Other speakers are going to be speaking and they're going to be dishing out a lot of value. All right. But I want to water the ground. I want to water the ground. I want to make the ground so, receptive to everything that you're going to be hearing from now onwards. All right. So I am going to be talking about, you know, leading exceptionally. Leading exceptionally. That is to say that I am going to be talking about how you can be exceptional as a leader, how you can be exceptional as a leader. And then I have some opening thoughts, and I'm going to, try to, talk briefly about my opening thoughts, and I will, from there, talk about who an exceptional leader is, and from there, we'll wrap up this section. All right. One of my opening thoughts is that a leader is someone who influences the decisions and actions of others. A leader is someone who influences the decisions and actions of others. Could you please pause a bit? Just a few seconds. Pause. Think. Was that the ideal definition that you had before? I've had opportunities to have sessions with people speaking at different places around Nigeria and around the world, and I ask questions, who is a leader? And someone will say, oh, someone who is able to organize people, someone who is able to speak confidently, someone who is able to do that, someone who has authority. In fact, that's the most recurring response that comes all the time. Yeah, someone who has authority, someone whose power, whose words carry power. When he says it, people must do it. If they don't do it, they will have to regret it. Is that really who a leader is? That's a question I'm throwing to you now. Is that really who a leader is? So a leader is someone who can influence the decisions and actions of others. That being said, I would love to tell you that a leader is an influencer. A leader is an influencer. That is to say that, he's someone who, has the ability to make someone else to stop thinking the way he was thinking. Is that person who can model the thought pattern of another person. He can create a mental modeling in the mind, in the head, and in the heart of another person. Change that person from thinking like this, or change that person from thinking that this is blue, and he can even change it to thinking that, this is black. Now, I don't mean manipulation. I don't mean you should manipulate people, but I mean someone who can say, oh, this is not the right way to go. Let me get into this other way. All right? That is who a leader is. Someone who can influence people. And when I talk about the influencer, the Leadership Rebirth Conference, I'm the host of Leadership Rebirth Conference every year. This year is the 7th edition, and this year the theme is the influencer. When you see someone talk about the influencer, one of the things that gets into your mind immediately is social media influencer. that maybe that person has a whole lot of followers, and then we call him or her the influencer. No, an influencer may not have 100,000 followers or 1 million followers on Facebook, but the content of his character is one that is worth emulating. The way he does things is one that people will look at and say, oh, I want to be like this person. All right? I want to be like this person. And by influencing other people, what you are doing as a leader is that you are building other leaders. You are not trying to raise followership. You're not trying to increase your followership on Facebook, on Instagram, so that people say, hey, he's an influencer. No, you're trying to raise other people, mold their character, and make them become exceptional in their dealings. All right? So I would love to have your questions or your comments. If you're right here and you're listening or you're watching, you can put your comments and your questions on the chat box so I can see them. All right. So a leader influences. The major job of a leader is to influence. It's not to use power. I was having a discussion with someone who is there to me yesterday, and he was describing, someone else who is in a position, and he told me that position has a lot of power attached to it. All right, he said that position has a lot of power attached to it. But he says if this person is going to retire very soon, and once he retires, he loses all the power. He loses every power that he has, and he just becomes an ordinary person. That is what happens with power. It is transient. Power is transient. That means it changes from time to time. Power has wings. It flies away from place to place. What is sustainable is the influence that you have in the life of people, not power. Because I can tell you that someone in your state woke up on the 29th of May as the governor of your state. Yes, except for a few states in Nigeria. Almost all, let's say maybe 29 states or thereabout, almost all. Someone in your state woke up on the 29th of May as the governor of your state. And by the time it was 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. maximum, he ceases to become the governor. Power is transient. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. If you're here and you're getting what I'm saying, I wanted to put it on the comment section. I can see Wodu is just joining. Wizon Tech, you're just joining. Thank you. No, power is transient. I tell you, whatever form of power that you have, if you don't have influence, that power will disappoint you one day. Whatever form of power you have, economic power, which has to do with finances, with money, you have power, money, you have a lot of it, you know, physical power, your muscles, your mantle, you know, you can hit somebody and the person falls down. That the day you, as you keep waking up and going to sleep on daily basis, that physical power keeps fading away. Money can, just one thing can happen to money. A friend of mine was sharing with me how someone spoiled his phone, smashed his phone, and then he took the phone not knowing that the SIM card fell off. At that instance, he took the phone to the repairer. SIM card fell off. And someone picked the SIM card. And by the time he came back after repairing the phone to notice that SIM card was no longer there, 2 million naira has gone out of the account. 2 million naira and cannot be traced. That is money. That is money for you. That is cash for you. Something can happen to you. So if what you have is economic power, it's transient. It will go. It will go. All right. So Francisca, I'm glad you're here. What I am sharing with you is how you can influence people offline. So just pay attention. I believe that the right time to ask your question is at the end, so that we can cover the things that I'm not able to cover in the main session. I will cover it from the question and answer session. All right. So power is transient. A leader must have influence. You must have influence. All right. So the second opening thought I'm going to share with you is that leaders are born and leaders are made. Leaders are born and leaders are made. The question has always been, are leaders born or are they made? Are leaders born or are leaders made? I want to tell you that leaders are born. Because when we say that leadership is influence, according to John Maxwell, nothing more, nothing less. Leadership is influence. You know, every leader everybody who is born has influence. One influence or the other, whether negative or positive, influence is influence. But the leader that is made is the leader that grows into leadership intentionally. If you're here and you're listening to what I'm saying, please put in the comment section. Is the leader that is intentional about his growth. The leader that grows into. So we have leaders, leaders are born, everybody. There are people who are doing bad things. There are people who are entering courts. There are people who are into prostitution because of the influence another person has on them. And that is influence. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. But until you become intentional about your leadership, until you become intentional about who you are not making yourself a leader. So while we are all born leaders, while all of us are born leaders, while everybody is born a leader, there are people who have significantly made themselves sought after. Are you getting what I'm saying? There are people who have significantly made themselves the leader that people want to listen to, the leader that people want to go to, the leader that people navigate towards, because they are intentional about their growth. All right? So I'm going to talk about who an exceptional leader is, and I will talk about that in just a few explanations. You know, who is an exceptional leader? Who is an exceptional leader? And before I get into that, I want to point out also that leaders are not necessarily people who are in position. So if you're here, you are a leader because there is someone somewhere who is looking at you and who is doing something because he or she saw you doing it. You are leading. And for you to be exceptional, you must be intentional. I think you need to put that on the comment section. If you're listening to me, say, for me to be exceptional, I must be intentional. Put it there. I want to see it. I want to see it. For me to be exceptional, I must be intentional. For me to be exceptional, I must be intentional. Put it on the comment section. I am waiting to see it. For me to be exceptional, I must be intentional. All right, so who is an exceptional leader? The first point I want to share is that an exceptional leader is a leader who knows himself. A leader who knows himself. Self-awareness is very, very critical in leadership. Yeah, I can see that, Francis. I can see that, Wisdom Tech. Thank you. Thank you. For me to be exceptional, I must be intentional. That's powerful. I want you to tweet it. I want you to write it on your notebook, put it everywhere. For me to be exceptional, I must be intentional. Very critical. A leader is an exceptional leader is a leader who knows himself. Self-awareness is a critical ingredient for effective and exceptional leadership. Self-awareness. How far do you know yourself? How much do you know yourself? If you know yourself, if you know who you are, people will not be the ones, they won't be the ones defining to you who you are. The standards that other people are giving are not what will, form your opinion of your ability. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. There are people who really do not know who they are. So when they wake up in the morning and you hear, Alex, I can see you, that's great. And they hear, oh, today what is raining is Gucci. They say, oh, Gucci will make me complete, because they don't know who they are. So they will look for money and buy Gucci. They say, there's this one that is fake. Oh, there's original. Which one do you want to buy? And they don't have money now, so they will buy the fake one. And then when they wear it, they feel like, oh, they feel complete because of the material thing that they are wearing, because they don't know who they really are. Chidera, anointed, I can see you. Yes, for me to be exceptional, I must be intentional. That's great. Because they don't know who they are. Self-awareness, very important for every leader who must succeed. And one of the things I share, when I talk about self-awareness, I say that there is a tripod. There's a tripod, there's a self-awareness tripod. And I said, he knowledge. Okay, no, I start with me knowledge. That's the knowledge about yourself. For you to truly know yourself, you must know yourself. Me knowledge. I said, him knowledge, knowledge of God. You must know God, because he's the one that created you. And then I said, them knowledge. I want you to put it on the comment section if you got it. Me knowledge, him knowledge, them knowledge. Me knowledge, him knowledge, them knowledge. Put it on the comment section. These are the tripods of self-awareness. You must, if you want to be aware of yourself, you must be aware of your abilities. You must be aware of your abilities. What are the things I can do? What are the things that I came with? God created you, and then he gave you some functionalities because of the reason why he brought you here. So you must know yourself. Then you must know God. He's the one that created you. You must have connection with whatever religion that you practice. is not the issue here. The issue here is that you must be deeply rooted spiritually. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, oh, you must be a Christian. If you are not a Christian, and I'm not saying that you must be a Christian. For Christians, I'm not saying you must be a churchgoer. There must be a connection, deeply rooted connection. All right? Very important. Then you must also be aware of the things around you. Yes, Dorcas, I can see you. You're following. You must be aware of the things around you and the people around you. You cannot be fully self-aware if you are ignorant of your environment. Wizantech, thank you. You won't be fully aware of yourself if you're not aware of the environment and things that are happening around your environment. So a leader, an exceptional leader, is one who knows himself, who knows who he is, and he operates in high self-confidence. All right, high confidence about himself. Stop wallowing in self-pity. Stop wallowing in, sympathy. Let people sympathize with you, and then they are feeling you want people to pity you. No, you don't fly. High flyers do not sit and wait for people to pity them. I tell you sincerely, no high flyer waits and sit and they are looking at, and then they are calling for pity party. No, it doesn't happen like that. It does not. I tell you, I am telling you, this is not prophecy, this is principle. If you're a high flyer, you don't wait and sit and hey, yeah, no. You don't operate in low self-esteem. You don't do that. You don't allow things that have happened around you to clock you down, clinch you and push you down. No, you don't do that. You wake up every morning with high spirits and an audacity that is threatening to the devil. You wake up every morning with high spirit and an audacity that is threatening to the devil. Like, this one has woken up. Every time he's saying, if you follow me, if you have my contact, and then we talk on WhatsApp. I mean, if you see my WhatsApp status for almost a month now, and every day before the end of that day, you must see 2 videos. I must post those 2 videos before the end of the day. Number one is an affirmation by Pastor Joel Austin of Lakewood in America. Say, I am blessed, I am handsome, I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am prosperous. I say that every day. Even if I'm not able to say it, I watch that 30 seconds clip and it reignites my mind. I am powerful. The second video I post is about favor. So favor gives you an unfair advantage. I posted for almost a month down because I know who I am. I want to walk in confidence, and I'm walking in a high level of confidence that is so threatening, even to some people around you. They say, oh, what was giving this person? That is how to influence people. That is how to influence people. To have that high level of confidence that people are saying, oh, like what is giving this person? What is giving this person this capacity, this strength to do this? A lot of people don't know how we do the things we do in the city of Enugu. Like in this city, you don't talk about people who are making impact, especially maybe people who are at their young age and making impact. You don't talk about them, and you are not in the first 3. It doesn't happen. I mean, in the whole of this Enugu, people at their young age making tremendous impact. I mean, touchable, tangible impact, not the audio impact. Why? Because I know who I am, and I move in high level of confidence. Stop saying that you are poor. Stop pitying yourself. If you must influence people, nobody wants to follow a leader who is not self-confident. Nobody wants to come close to someone who is doubting himself, obviously doubting himself. I want to charge your mind up. I want to charge your mind. This is the first day of this training, and I want to throw it into your head that you are powerful. I want you to put it on the comment section. I am powerful. Say, I am powerful. Say, I am influential. Put it on the comment section. Everybody that is right here, put it on the comment section. I'm waiting for you. Say, I am powerful. I am influential. I cannot be just anybody. You are not anybody. If you're treating yourself like anybody, then you are wasting God's resources. Yes, that's how to influence. That's how to be an exceptional leader. I know who I am. I work in a high level of audacity and confidence that is threatening to even people who don't understand it. All right? So even people who do not understand it, some people don't understand it and they say, what is this guy doing? His messes. They say, he's trying to bombard us. No. High level of confidence. However, you must be sure that your confidence has not turned into arrogance. There's a thin line between the two. Some people have self-confidence, they believe in themselves, and it has turned into arrogance. That arrogance is called inflated self-esteem. Inflated, inflated self-esteem. So you have to be watchful. All right. Yes. What do I can see you, children are anointed. I can see, yes, you are powerful, you are influential. You are powerful, you are influential. Heal the world. I don't know your real name, but heal the world. I know who I am. Yes, you know who you are. So number 2, an exceptional leader is one who invests in himself. Yes, Chuku John. Okay, Chuku John, that's great. Great to have you here. Number 2 is an exceptional leader is one who invests in himself. Who invests? I mean, I did not say an exceptional leader is one who spends on himself. Please take a look at, these are 2 different words. An exceptional leader is one who invests. The word invest, that's the word I use, invest in himself. He's not the person who spends on himself. Of course, if you must invest, you must spend. However, there are spendings that are fully spendings that are not investment. That means they don't have a return on investment. They are just frivolities. You're just spending on frivolities. But if you're conscious of your growth and the person that you were and the person that you want to be and where you are going to, then you must make sure that every spending that you're spending is not just on frivolities, that you are spending to invest, that the money, the resources, everything you're putting in your spirit, soul, and body is an investment. I think I even have to bring it to this part, to take it through this route. If, as a leader, you are spending money to buy junk, and you are eating junk all the time, you're not mindful of your health, you're drinking alcohol all the time, you are having sexual relationship with different men and women, what you are doing is that you are spending to spoil your own life. You are not investing. You're putting in money, you're wasting money, and it's not just that you're wasting it on yourself, and it has a negative effect. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. A leader is someone who invests in himself. So it's not about spending money, it's about investing money. So when you want to bring out that money again to buy that thing you want to eat, ask yourself, is this an investment? Why? What will it give to me? All right. Will this thing I'm buying nourish my body and make me healthy? Or is it going to cause more problems to me? Or is it going to cause more problems to me? This is very critical. This is very critical. Exceptional leaders are the ones who invest. They're putting, they're pouring money, but with a mindset of it will yield fruit. So I want to advise you, start paying for trainings. Yes. I have one that is coming up in July. If you want to attend, you will pay. All right, right here in the city of Enugu, you will pay. I've hosted Leadership Repair Conference for 6 years, free of charge. This year is the 7th year, and they said you have to pay. What would that have? What would that do? What would the payment I put in there do? It will push some people that are not interested in investing in themselves, will push them out, and allow the people who have that open mind to invest in themselves, and they will invest in themselves, and they will attend. Stop wasting your money on frivolities. You can put it on the comment section, you can tweet it, you can put it on your WhatsApp status. I said, stop wasting your money on frivolities. Invest the money you spend on yourself, invest them. Buy books, and not just any kind of books, but books that will change your life. Are you getting what I'm saying? Not any kind of books that will transform you, make you a better version of yourself. The data that you have, I'm so glad that you're watching this session now, and you watch it tomorrow, you watch it next tomorrow until the end of this, Global Leaders Conference. I'm glad that you'll be watching them. All right? Invest that data you have into learning something that will help your life. Don't just be there and typing on WhatsApp. Hello, hi, have you eaten? Have you slept? Are you sleeping? What did you eat? Where are you? No, stop wasting your data there. If the conversation is not making sense, switch over to YouTube. Use that data and watch a video on YouTube that will change your life. Use that data and learn a skill on YouTube, on Google, there are platforms you can learn things. Udemy, Coursera, different, Allison, a lot of them where you can learn things. And most courses are free of charge. There are courses online that are free of charge. Some of them, in one day, you're done with the course. I mean, in one day, I say, in a few hours, you're done with a particular course and you get certification. You do it online. And sometimes it's even, courses from different, countries. You can be here and do a course in UK, university in UK, and some of them are free. Some of them, you only have to pay for the certificate, which is not too much. So exceptional leaders are leaders who invest in their lives. All right. So the next, which I've talked about, I just want to point it a bit, and then I move over to what I have next. Is that exceptional leaders are leaders who are intentional. I have said it, and I want to point it again. I want to, hit it so hard that for you to be exceptional, you must be intentional. Say it. Wherever you are, I want you to say it. As you're watching this video, say, for me to be exceptional, I must be intentional. Yes. Don't wait for success that happens overnight. Are you getting what I'm saying? Don't wait for success that happens overnight. I've always said that if there is any success that happens overnight, then that night must be the longest night ever. Some of those things you call overnight success took about 8 years for you to come to fruition. And then you wake up and say, oh, that guy is lucky. That guy is lucky. He's not lucky at anything. People work out their luck. I mean, people bring to fruition. What you call luck is what people bring to fruition. Yeah, phone magic. I don't know who you are, but you can put on your real name so we can see you. We can know who you are. Phone magic. Yeah, for me to be a sharpener, I must be intentional. So people work their magic. People, I sorry, what I say, people work their luck. So when next you wake up and say he's lucky, he got a car, he's lucky. Calm down. Be calming down. When next you say he built a house, he's lucky. When next you say, oh, he traveled to America, he got a scholarship, he's lucky. He's not lucky. He has worked for it. Because you're not the one who did the application for him. You're not the one who went to the visa interview for him. You are not the one who did everything, who brought the money for travel. You did not bring them. So he's not lucky. He worked for that. So you must be intentional. Don't wait and say, oh, blessings will fall upon my legs. Oh, receive it, receive it, receive it. We are receivers, yes. All right? We are receivers. I tell you, yes, we are. If you're a Christian, you're a receiver. You're not an achiever. I've had some people say that, and yes, I believe it too. But listen, let me tell you something that you must put in your head before you leave today. Life is not about miracles. Life is built on principles. Did you hear what I just said now? Life is not about miracles. Life is built on principles. Now, this is the simplest analogy I will use. If you're a Christian, you understand better. In the Bible, Jesus was going to different places. Jesus was going to different places and he was healing people, he was preaching, he was doing one miracle or the other. In all those movements, people were going with him. That means he had crowd all the time. Imagine that a mighty big man of God is in your town. Imagine the crowd that will be there. Imagine that he moves to the next town in the next hour. Imagine the crowd that will be there. Just imagine it. But in the whole of the Bible, it was only two times that Jesus fed people with bread and fishes. In the whole of the Bible, only two times that Jesus fed people. Do you know how many times he preached? Do you know how many times he healed people? Don't you know that crowds gather those times? That is to say that 98 or 97% or 98% of life and everything that happens in life is about principle. So you must be intentional about it. You must be intentional about it. It's about principles and not miracles. No matter the miracle, no matter the prophecy that's on your head, as a young person or as anybody, no matter the prophecy on your head, if you don't walk and find yourself, and find the principles that will bring the prophecies to pass, they will not come to pass. The worst that will happen is I say he's a fake prophet. He's a fake prophet. I will say this will happen and it didn't happen because you did not do your own part. Every prophecy on earth is built on two legs. Every prophecy on earth stands on two legs. Number one leg is God as the partner. Number two is the human partner, human being who is also a partner. So once God says it is done, and he has released it. But once the man says he will not do it, it will not happen, because the earth is the laws and the fullness thereof. Yet he gave men the opportunity to do things. He gave men the authority. All right? So when you are saying somebody is lucky, ask yourself whether that person is really lucky or that he found his own luck. An exceptional leader is one that is intentional about his influence. He's the one that is intentional about his growth. He's the one that is intentional about what he wants to do and who he wants to be. So, the next, which is the number 4 thing I want to share with you about an exceptional leader. An exceptional leader is one who is unique. There can never be Solomon Chimaechi Okeke in the whole world. There can never be. There may be another person who answers exactly the same name. Just like my brother, I have a twin brother, his name is Chiedozie Gideon Okeke. And then, just in the same city, we saw someone who is answering Chidozie Gideon Okeke. I said, wow, are you serious? Just a letter E that is in the Chidozie, that is the only thing that made their name different. So somebody can answer Solomon Chimechi Okeke, exactly my name, answer it anywhere, but you see this thumbprint? You see this? There is no way that person's thumbprint will be mine. That is to say that we are unique in our own dealings. Everyone is unique. And for you to influence people, you influence people with your flavor. You influence people with your flavor, and that is your uniqueness. You influence people with your flavor. Just like salt, if you cook, that's what I did now. I finished cooking, okra soup. And I tasted it, said, salt not there enough for this thing. No. I added another salt. That is how you must lead with your uniqueness. There's no need for you to copy people. Copy, photocopy. No, you don't need to do that. You need to be who you are, and you keep developing and improving on who you are. That is what makes people embrace you. That's what makes people want to work with you. All right? That's what makes people want to learn from you. That's what makes you an influential leader. All right? You must be unique. Stop trying to say, this is the way they do it. Maybe you want to be a pastor, and then you say, you go and you go and cram one of the pastors that have one of the preachings that another pastor did. You cram it from head to toe, verbatim, and you come to preach and then you're speaking. If I am in that audience, I'll say this one, no, they're all right. I tell you the truth, whatever you are doing, you must be unique. That is what sells you. There's something called USP, unique selling point. There's something, okay, or you can call it unique selling proposition. That is your USP. Who you are is your USP. Who you are, your USP is what will make people to follow you. Is what will make people to want to associate with you. But the day they find out that you're copying another person, they want to look for who the original is and not start following the person. Instead of me following a photocopy, black and white photocopy, I better go and look for the colored original one. You get the point? So uniqueness is very important. You be unique. Be unique. You be unique. Be unique. And an exceptional leader, number 5, the exceptional leader is one who is creative and innovative. It is not the way it used to be and the way it used to be in the days of our grandfather that it is now. No, creativity comes in and innovation steps in. All right? That is very critical, very important as a leader. All right? If you want to influence people online, offline, anywhere, and of course, I believe that You shouldn't have different lives, online and offline. No. If you're a person of integrity, you must live a life that shows that you're a person of integrity everywhere. If you're a person of faith, you must live it. You don't say this is sacred and this is secular. No. If you're a visionary, your sacred and secular are the same thing. Yes, because you live it. You live it as your life. So people will not say, hey, when he comes to church, this is how he is in church. Or when he goes to the mosque, this is how he is in the mosque. Or they say, if he's in school, this is how he is in school. Some young girls will go to the school and they are living with a boy. They are cohabiting. When they come back home in their father's house, they will be looking like angels. That is double face. You're living a secular and a secular and a sacred life. This one is secular, this one is sacred. It doesn't happen like that. You must ensure that you're a person of integrity and your faith is maintained and your attributes, your values, your core values are shown everywhere that you are. That's what makes you a solidified leader. I am rounding up at this point, and I would love you to drop your questions if you have any. I'm rounding up with a quote by Ken Blanchard. Ken Blanchard is one of the authors of Who Moved My Cheese. You may want to read that book. All right. He says the key to successful leadership is not authority. He says it's influence. The key to successful leadership is influence and not authority. Authority is beautiful, but when you have influence by the way you live, it's better. It is better, I tell you. So please, I want to have your questions in just a few minutes. Maybe we'll have 5 minutes for that. Put it on the comment section. I will answer them, and then we'll wrap up for today. All right. So if you're here and you have a question, please put it. I can, so that we can, answer them, and we'll wrap up for today. I am sure, just like I told you, I just came to water the ground. All right, I just came to water the ground. All right, and I am sure I've done justice to that. Share, even if it's not a question, what are the things that you learned? I want you to put it on the comment section. I have watered the ground, and tomorrow is going to be an awesome day. Tomorrow will be mind blowing. All right. I have watered the ground, teaching you how to lead exceptionally, and you don't need any position to lead. You don't need it. Hey, the people that people follow are not majorly people in position. Let me just be saying this as I'm waiting for your comments, your questions, and all that. People that that make the real impact are not majorly people in position. So that's why we even advise people who are the ones making the impact to go into positions. Because leadership is important and position is also important, because you're a good leader and you're not a good politician, there's a problem. There will be a problem. I mean it. There will be a problem. All right? Because you won't get into those positions that will help you make decisions for the people. Okay, the tripod of self-awareness. Okay. Okay, what do you said? Can you throw more light on the tripod of self-awareness? Okay, so I said the tripod of self-awareness is knowledge. It's based on knowledge. You know, awareness is about knowledge, right? And you cannot know if you don't. Okay, so I said knowledge is awareness. Awareness is knowledge, all right? And self-awareness is knowing about you, all right? And I said there are tripod. There is a tripod, and that tripod has to do with me knowledge. That's knowledge of me, my abilities, my strengths, my capacities. It's called SWOT analysis. You do your SWOT analysis, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. All right. These are things you find out, your abilities you find out about yourself. Okay. So that's the me knowledge. Then the him knowledge is the knowledge of God, that deep rooted spiritual connectivity, whatever that means for you. All right. For Christians, we just don't go to church. Christ lives in us. If you're a Christian, like we are the church. Even though we go to church on Sunday and other weekly activities, I am the church. That is because I know God and I have a relationship with God. I mean, there must be a relationship. It's not about going to church all the time. That's the him knowledge. That's knowing God through his word, through prayers and different other ways. Knowing God. That's the him knowledge. Then the them knowledge talks about being aware of your environment. Being aware of your environment. That is very essential. Being aware of your environment. It is key and it is critical. For you to know yourself better, you must be able to define the environment where you are, the environment where you're coming from, and how it affects you. All right? Yes. Then I think I've answered that. Then I have another question by Francis. It says, since generation of today are now focused on the internet and it is rare to see people you can lead offline, how can one lead people offline if you don't want to take your leadership to the social media? I think you need to define properly what leadership means for you. All right, Francis, I hope you can hear me. I think you need to define properly what leadership means for you. All right? Because we've agreed that leadership is influence. And if leadership is influence, your influence starts from the offline before it gets into the online. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Your leadership is first offline. Your influence is first offline. Your influence is actually first on yourself. You'll be able to influence yourself. It's called personal leadership. You'll be able to influence yourself first before you can influence another person. And as you're able to influence yourself, lead yourself, personal leadership, that's the most important, critical, and most important part of leadership. You lead yourself first. And when you're able to do that, people around you will start seeing that this guy is changing. There's a leadership, there's something happening in his life. He's changing. He's transforming. His life is, things are changing. And they'll start looking at you and they'll start following you. So you don't need to gather a group of people and say, I'm leading you people. Let me lead you offline. No. That influence that you have and people are following you. People are noticing this guy has this ability, this guy has this strength, this guy is becoming better. Before you know it, people want you to be in positions. People want you to lead them. People want you to teach them something. That's how to lead. That's how to lead. So if you're online, then you can, learn how to do content creation and all that. Put it in, infuse it, and before you know, you're leading people. So you define what leadership means to you. Is it position? Is it having a group of people who you are calling, who you are leading? As you are influencing people, some of them will come to you and say, I want you to be my mentor. You start leading the person directly. All right. So Obichukwu Promise says, okay, you don't need a position to lead. That's great. That's it. Okay, Dr. Goodluck, you said, good job, man. Okay, thank you. Quick question. What is the linkage between leadership and position? And is there a difference, and where do we draw the line? Leadership is training. Position is an avenue for you to influence on a higher scale. How do I mean? Being a leader means that you've trained yourself effectively enough, or you are training yourself effectively enough, or you are influencing and you're being that example that people want. Being in position means that you can make critical decisions. That's why we encourage leaders who have received the training and who are effective in their leadership to go into positions, because you can be a leader and you cannot make, you can be, you're a good leader, but you're not in politics or in position. You cannot make effective decisions that will help those that you're leading. You say, for example, I say, Solomon loves the youth populace. I love training the young people. I love teaching the young people. They are like my constituents. And then I see an opportunity to become a commissioner for youth in my state, or maybe a special advisor to the governor on youth. And I say, oh no, sorry, I won't do that. I will do it. I will become it, because it gives me an advantage. It gives me a platform to influence on a higher scale. All right? It gives me and positions also come with resources too. Some of the positions come with resources. When you become a president of an organization and then money is coming, you have the decision, you have the power to make decisions that the money that is coming will be used to influence. The money will be used to execute, I mean. All right. So leadership and position, they are not the same, but they are interwoven, and it is necessary that every good leader finds a position where he or she will serve people from, in all honesty. What does it mean for someone to be intentional, and how can one be intentional about it? Intentionality starts from knowledge. Yeah. What do you know? How do you want to scale it? It's a decision. Intentionality is a decision, and it's something intentionality is something you do intentionally. To be intentional, you must be intentional. That's to say, to be intentional, it's a decision that I want to grow. How do I grow? Do I connect with people? Do I learn more? What do I learn? How do I learn it? Where will I learn it? You ask yourself a lot of questions if you really want to be intentional. All right, so this is where we're going to be calling it a day today. I want to say thank you to everyone. Let me see if the host wants to say something. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm so grateful to all of you for being here. Tomorrow is going to be a great day, and you don't want to miss it. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Same this same WhatsApp this same YouTube channel. The link will be shared. We are going to have another speaker. I've watered the ground, I'm sure. So whatever they are sowing tomorrow will go in and it will germinate. I want to say thank you for joining me and thank you so much, Obichuku, for inviting me. We have moved. We have moved. Don't be left behind. Don't be left behind. We don't move, we say we don't move. Have a great day. Thank you. Okay, so I just saw a question. Okay, I just saw a question from Wisan Tech. Solomon Chuma HOKK is my name on Facebook. My phone number is 09076948741. 09076948741. On Instagram, official Solo Speaks on Instagram. On Twitter, Solomon OKK6. On LinkedIn, Solomon Okeke. You can find me on all those platforms, but I'm more active on Facebook and I can respond to your message the more on WhatsApp. All right. My books are available. I will share the details with the author, with the host. Have a great day and have a great night, rather. Have a great night and God bless you.